it just keeps getting intense. I don't know if I can take it. The young boy of Prudence Sumner, Robin, flees the scene of his murdered family and takes off to Whitechapel, where he finds Thatcher, a police he has some rapport with, and he outs Nathaniel. Obviously Thatcher goes to Reid, and they Reid and Jackson go on this mission to, you know, examine the house to see if they can find the dead bodies, because if they can find the bodies, they can use that as leverage to clear their names. But too many forces are working against them. You know, Augustus Dove is already several steps ahead, so the Sumner house has been cleared, cleaned, it's spotless, it's perfect. The bodies are gone, they've been thrown in the river, so they decide to hopefully try and, you know, apprehend the bodies at some point later on down the river, so before the bodies wash out to the ocean. The Sumner boy, Robin, reads the newspaper while he's in the care of Susan, and unfortunately he sees the wanted sign that they're all criminals, so he hightails it out of there. In the process of that, he goes back to Whitechapel H Division, and Thatcher's like, "What are you doing here, kid? You need to get back to where you were." He's like, "No, they're bad people." But then Drummond's like, "Oh, who's this?" And then the boy is then put into the care of J Division, because that's where his family lived. So you're kind of left thinking, oh man, what's gonna happen to this poor kid? There's a frightful scene where he's in the police Mariah with Dove and the vile nanny. As everything escalates, Drummond is torn with his devotion towards Dove and his devotion towards Matilda. Shine and Dove want him to light the candle so that they can use that to apprehend Reid. That's kind of their last gamble to draw him out of the shadows. Meanwhile, Jackson and Reid do try and find these missing bodies in the river. They do find a body. Fortunately, it's Robin. And this is kind of Jackson's breaking point. He's like, I am done. I'm absolutely done. I'm sick of all this stuff. And he's like, you know, so he decides to leave. He's like, fine, I'm gonna go in. Me and Susan, we're gonna take our son back and we're getting the hell out of here. And then there's a quite nice moment where Reid and Jackson are sitting by the fire, and they just kind of are two old warriors reminiscing. They're like, you know, we did the best we could, right? We couldn't do anything more. They're just kind of convincing themselves that they've done everything, and they're kind of giving up now. I mean, they have reached their heights, and they have now just crashed to the bottom. They have hit rock bottom. Jackson and Susan break into Dove's house, but they're able to get Connor back, and there's this really intense scene where Nathaniel is holding Connor. They expose the fact that Dove's killed Robin, and Nathaniel's like, he just can't handle it because, you know, he's obviously was really attached to that family. Then he murdered half the family. Now his brother has murdered Robin, so he's just like, he can't handle it. So he eventually gives Connor back to Jackson, to Susan, and I was really surprised that they didn't kill him. That's obviously still leaving things open, so there can be a final conclusion. Drummond is a dickhead now, and he lights the candle against Matilda's wish. They use that to apprehend Reid, and there is a brutal fight between Shine and Reid and on the steps of H Division. Shine just wants to finally get that upper hand and see Reid, the man who kind of destroyed him previously. He wants to destroy Reid now. You know, he wants Reid to bow before him, and he gets his wish. Reid is not able to stop him, and Shine almost kills him. If it hadn't been for Matilda kind of screaming out in the crowd, he probably would have crushed Reid's skull. So now Reid is arrested. Susan and Jackson are off with Connor. Shine has now overdosed on cocaine, so he's dead. Dove is pretty much in the clear now. There's not a lot more that can you know, go against him, and it's going to be very tricky for them to get that upper hand again to destroy Dove. If they're able to at all, who knows? It's another brilliant episode. I mean, I can't imagine that the next two are going to disappoint me. They've definitely maintained quality. They've maintained that emotion, and you know, it's so interesting to see these characters who have gone to such heights in previous seasons just have this whole season of just being on the run and being of the lowest of the low. It's been an incredible ride, and I can't wait to see how it concludes. So what did you think of The Dreaming Dead? Comment below.